Yep. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming. The collision tonight is a little bit of what's next for me. So Women's Fund of Greater Milwaukee was in my early career. Marcy Pelzer, who is here, was a Women's Fund employee back in the day with me. I probably won't look back that long because the gray hair would reflect it. But Women in Design is now in my current life as I start to work with engineers, designers, all these crazy kind of people who think about water hydrology and things that impact our port. So I'm going to start with what's first. So my first job out of college was a really traditional Wisconsin job. I tested cows for viruses. I'm a medical microbiologist by trade. Here's my LinkedIn. I've had a lot of jobs. After college, I realized I didn't want to go back to medical school, so I had to find a new path in life. And that path involved learning a new skill to advance my career. And really that culminated in the role that I'm here today to talk about at the Harbor District. So the Harbor District in itself has had a lot of what's next. So what you'll see in the slides coming up is the evolution of the Harbor District and really of the city of Milwaukee. The Harbor District has always been the port of Milwaukee, whether it's the three tribes that called the port, or it is kind of the looking back of what we used to be. The port has evolved, actually coming to fruition to today. The first African-American woman port director, Jackie Carter, is here with me today. Let's give her a round of applause. It's really what's next in Milwaukee. We have African-American leaders at every level of government, which is phenomenal. It is part of why I took this job, is the visionaries that has changed over and really provided opportunities in our community. So you'll see the port changing here as time has evolved. You'll see kind of the shift of the port. And here is historic photos of the industry that really have made the Harbor District what it is today. We have everything from the three of the largest corporations in Milwaukee, Rockwell, Komatsu, and Michaels. We have the Port of Milwaukee. We have the School of Freshwater Sciences. We have institutional players that make up the community that we are. Mayor Barrett really looked at the Harbor District and said, we need to think about what here is the kind of microcosm of Milwaukee. We have the industrial players of Milwaukee. We have the manufacturers. We have the small businesses. We need to protect that. And we really thought about that when Mayor Barrett put out the call to us to be creative into an organization. So we are here to stand for what could be next, but protecting our history in the port. We think about connecting people to place. We think about protecting and keeping our environment what it is and what it could be. And we think about the economic development impact of the jobs that are there and how they could sustain families in Milwaukee and how they can create and maintain that industrial history that's so important to all of us. Here you'll see the boundaries of the Harbor District. It's about 9 square miles of Milwaukee lakefront, if you count all the little nooks and crannies. So how did we get started? We got started with a task force that really went into the community, primarily the south side of Milwaukee, and asked, what do you want in accessing this waterfront? From downtown north, they really have the luxury of access. There is public amenities, there's public access. In the south side, there really isn't that. So we asked what could be a vibrant port to really take us to the next century. So we did about 25 meetings, met with thousands of people, and really came up with this mission, vision, and value for what we really want to have as the kind of Harbor District as we look forward. So we work on this every day. We have 3 components to our mission that we work on. We have placemaking, we have environmental work, and we have the connection to people through jobs and economic development. So in placemaking, we in 2014 opened Harborview Plaza, which was the first public access to the south side ever in the city of Milwaukee. That plaza is pictured on the next slide. You'll see it here with our lovely chorizo. But that really provided this opportunity for the people to come see the port, see what it means to have an access to the public working port, and celebrate all things that are water. We do a lot of placemaking. We're going to be doing more of it as we think about what can be next in Riverwalk in Milwaukee. So the property in front of Komatsu is about to have about $15 million invested in a Riverwalk that will run from Greenfield Avenue to KK. It will be an amazing place that I hope you will all visit with us in the future. Ideally, we will cut the ribbon for that in spring of 2024. Maybe earlier. I'm not going to make any promises. We also do events that bring people to the place. I invite all of you the last Sunday of the month in September. Please come down to the end of Greenfield where it hits the water and join us for Harbor Fest. We do Summer in La Plaza. We pay nonprofits to bring their markets to Milwaukee or to the neighborhood and really introduce them to the port. We encourage all of you to think about how to invite people to our community in that space. The environment is super important to us. We know that we have a dirty industrial past. It's an amazing industrial past. It created a lot of the jobs that probably employ everyone who's here, but it created a lot of environmental damage. So we are sitting on committees for the area of concern that will hopefully clean that up for us so that we can maybe one day all swim in our rivers. This is one of our signature projects that I'm really excited to talk about. Oops, just missed it. It's an ecological breakwater. We're hoping to build an island in front of the breakwater that is now for a more sustainable and resilient protection for our economy, but also to create an environment for the birds and fish that live there. We have a lot of amazing economic development in the district, and I encourage all of you to come visit us and say hi in the future.